What do Hollywood legends Helen Hayes, Kate Blanchett, Maggie Smith, Ingrid Bergman, Jessica Lange, and Meryl Streep have in common? They, like today's video heroine Renée Zellweger, have won both leading and supporting actress Oscars. Despite Zellweger's 2 Oscars, one of which she received fairly recently, it may seem a bit premature to speak of the end of her career. However, even after receiving recognition for her talent, the actress seems to have very few new projects, and it appears that Renée is overall winding down her career. This video aims to delve into Zellweger's biography and investigate what happened with her career.
Get out of my house!
As a child, Renée didn't have a particular interest in the world of cinema, preferring sports instead, as evidenced by her involvement in baseball, basketball, and gymnastics. While attending university, she took acting classes, which she enjoyed, and these lessons served as the first step in the beginning of her film career. Her debut in the movie industry was with the film Taste for Killing. As expected for most new actors, Zellweger's debut was a small role, followed by larger roles in films such as The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where she starred alongside Matthew McConaughey, Ben Stiller's directorial debut Reality Bites, and the film Love in a 45. Zellweger received the Best Debut Performance Award at the Independent Spirit Awards. But the best reward was when director Cameron Crowe noticed her and invited her to his new project. This project was the film Jerry Maguire with Tom Cruise in the lead role. Filming in Jerry Maguire was a turning point in the actress's career. Originally, Crowe wrote the script with Tom Hanks and Winona Ryder in mind. When Hanks was unable to commit to the project, Cruise was cast. Ryder did screen tests with Cruise, but Crowe said they looked like brother and sister. Several other actresses including Parker Posey, Mira Sorvino, Cameron Diaz, and Courtney Love were considered for the role of Dorothy Boyd before Zellweger was cast. Jennifer Lopez was offered the role, but turned it down on the advice of her agent. Jerry Maguire wasn't just a hit. It became a cultural phenomenon. It received several awards nominations, although Zellweger was shut out of the major awards. After the release of the film, Zellweger was nominated for the Breakthrough Performance Award at the MTV Movie Awards, and Hollywood studios began to take a closer interest in the actress. The number of projects featuring Zellweger sharply increased, and her filmography began to include projects of various genres. For instance, in 1997, she starred in the thriller Deceiver, and a year later, she appeared in the drama One True Thing. Despite the film's emphasis on Meryl Streep's character, many also noted Zellweger's acting talent. Subsequently, the actress landed leading roles in high-budget films. However, her first attempt, The Bachelor, with a budget of $51 million and starring Chris O'Donnell, was a deafening failure at the box office. Then, Nurse Betty, with a budget of $35 million, also failed to earn its keep at the global box office, collecting only $30 million. Nonetheless, her performance in the latter earned Renée her first Golden Globe Award. Finally, Renée collaborated with 90s comedy superstar Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene, which received high praise from audiences who appreciated the performances of both Zellweger and Carrey. The two actors enjoyed working together, and their on-screen romance extended beyond the film. However, their relationship was short-lived. A year later, Renée starred in what could arguably be considered the most renowned film of her career, Bridget Jones's Diary, a romantic comedy in which she acted alongside Hugh Grant and Colin Firth. The movie was adapted from Helen Fielding's novel of the same name. When fans of the book learned that a thin American actress had been chosen to portray their beloved Bridget Jones, they were outraged. To prepare for the role, Zellweger gained 25 pounds in weight and worked at a British publishing company under a pseudonym for a month, using her British accent. Although her co-workers did not recognize her, some found it odd that she had a picture of her then-boyfriend Jim Carrey on her desk. During filming, Zellweger spoke solely in her British accent in order to maintain her character's authenticity. Grant later claimed that he had never heard her real voice until the rap party. The film achieved remarkable success, as few Hollywood productions have managed to generate box office receipts that exceed their production budget by over 10 times. The movie had a budget of $25 million but grossed a whopping $282 million. Zellweger received several award nominations, including her first Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe nomination. It was equally surprising how Zellweger managed to shed the weight she gained. Just a year after the premiere of Bridget Jones, where she played the lead role, she appeared in the drama White Oleander, and the audience was surprised to find that she had lost all the weight she had gained for the previous role. In the same year, 2002, Zellweger added another major project to her already impressive filmography. Chicago had been attempted as a film adaptation several times before, with various actresses considered for the lead roles. Charlize Theron was the latest actress to be cast as Roxy, but when Rob Marshall took over as director, he replaced her with Zellweger. Chicago received mostly positive reviews and was a huge hit at the box office. Zellweger and Zeta Jones were both nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes, but not in the same categories. Zeta Jones won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress and Zellweger won the Golden Globe for Best Actress. After the success of Chicago, the actress's schedule became incredibly busy. She starred in at least 2 films a year. In 2002, she appeared in the drama Cold Mountain alongside Jude Law and Nicole Kidman. Cold Mountain received mostly positive reviews and was a hit at the box office. It was nominated for more than 70 awards, including 7 Academy Award nominations. Zellweger won both an Oscar and a Golden Globe. In 2004, the sequel to Bridget Jones's Diary was released, which was just as successful as the original film in terms of box office earnings. However, the critics received the sequel quite coolly, which caused the release of the third installment to be delayed for a whole 12 years. After the second part of Bridget Jones's Diary, Zellweger once again turns to dramatic films, starring in the movie Cinderella Man alongside Russell Crowe and in the biographical film The Spotter. Cinderella Man looked like a surefire hit. Crowe, Zellweger, and Howard were all proven box office draws. The film was also expected to be Oscar bait. Instead, the movie was a disappointment at the box office in spite of mostly positive reviews. Theater chains AMC and Cinemash eventually offered money-back guarantees to audiences to try to entice them to give Cinderella Man a try. While this strategy helped to moderately raise the box office, the movie still fell short of its production costs. In her next film, Renée took on an unusual genre for herself, a mystical thriller, starring in the film Case 39. However, this experiment did not appeal to many. Critics gave the film low ratings, and the box office earnings barely reached the break-even point. The year 2009 became a record year for Renée in terms of the number of projects she appeared in. She starred in films such as New in Town, the animated movie Monsters vs. Aliens, My One and Only, and My Own Love Song. However, none of these films were commercially successful. In the same year, Renée unexpectedly took a break from the film industry for 6 years. As the actress later admitted, this extended hiatus was due to her physical and emotional exhaustion. Speaking about this period in an interview, Renée revealed that because she didn't have a family, she devoted herself entirely to work, paying little attention to her own well-being. Therefore, these 6 years were dedicated to her health and traveling. In 2015, Renée returned to the cinema and went unrecognized due to her significant physical changes during her absence. Some viewers discussed her appearance rather than her return to the film industry, and rumors about plastic surgery spread rapidly. At some point, Renée commented on her physical changes, stating that people naturally change with age, and her changes were solely related to aging. Despite this, viewers were happy to see their favorite actress return to the movie industry, eagerly awaiting her new projects. However, things did not go well for Renée in this regard. The film The Whole Truth, in which she co-starred with Keanu Reeves, failed at the box office, and the ratings from viewers and critics were not favorable. In 2016, Renée returned to the role that made her famous worldwide, Bridget Jones's Baby, but the third installment was not as successful as many had hoped. Although the film earned a decent amount at the box office, the viewers considered it the worst of the trilogy, while critics rated it fairly well. Her subsequent films, Same Kind of Different as Me and Here and Now, grossed a total of $6 million and went unnoticed by viewers. Despite a rocky start, Renée's comeback finally succeeded in 2019 when she starred in the film Judy, playing the American singer and actress Judy Garland. This role earned her the first Oscar for Best Actress in her career, as well as another Golden Globe. Also, in 2022, she played the lead role in the series The Thing About Pam, but the show was not renewed after the first season. As of now, there are no confirmed new projects involving the actress. Renée Zellweger managed to do the seemingly impossible. In a time when even a 2-year hiatus can end an actor's career in Hollywood, Renée was able to make a comeback after a 6-year absence and achieve what she had not been able to do before: win an Oscar in the lead acting category. Only time will tell if she can regain the mass love of the audience and recognition she once had.